do the visas of the diversity visa lottery, which we say there are 55,000 visas at the moment, if those visas are counted, are people who have dependents, derivatives, people who are married, people who have children, usually they're also given the visas. Are their visas going to be counted among those 55,000? Or are those visas of dependents not counted within the 55,000? This is the question I get very, very often. And that's why sometimes people who are unmarried and don't have children, sometimes they get upset with the people who are married. They think that these people are given higher priority, who are married with children, and they are the one taking our visas. So there are just 55,000 visas, so they are taking our visas. So if someone has maybe 3 kids, and the husband and wife, those are 5 people. Are these 5 visas considered as 5 visas among 55,000, or are they considering as 1 visa in the total scheme of 55,000? Those are very good questions. But before I go and answer in detail that one, I want to take you back to the concept of being married or being single, the concept of having a child or not having a child in the DV lottery application. Number 1, if you are married, you have to indicate you are married. If you are unmarried, you have to indicate you are unmarried. Failure to list your spouse or listing someone who is not your spouse, if you win, you will be denied. Children, you have to add your children, whether they are biological, whether they are stepchildren, whether they are adopted. By adoption, must be a legal adoption. You have to add them as long as they are unmarried and under the age of 21. If they're under the age of 21 but married, they cannot come. You cannot add them. So if you have 3 children, one is 22, you don't add the age of 22. If you have 3 children, one is 22, one is married, is 19, is married, you don't add that one. So we say you have 1 child who is unmarried and under the age of 21. The advantage someone who is married has over someone who is single is if the married person is going to apply as a main applicant and the spouse is also going to apply as a main applicant. That is the only advantage. That means there will be 2 applications against the single who is one applying. But if you are married and only the wife applies or only the husband is the one applying, it means there is no any advantage just by being married. You are just like any other person. Because in the system, they are dealing with the principal applicant. They are not looking about the derivative, how many children you have. No, they are not looking that one. I want to clarify that one. For that particular case, those who are single parent, a wife, the woman, the mother, without a husband and to have children, there is nothing wrong with that. Or the father with the kids and the mother is not available, is a single father, there is no problem with that. You can apply unmarried with children. Because there are some people, but I'm married, the name of the passport or the name of the child in the birth certificate, forget about the birth certificate, what the name is there. The child has the father, even if it is your name. The child will have the father. So whether you put the name of yourself or the name of that person, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change anything. Because in the end, the child has the father. The point is, the US government doesn't care whether you are married or not married to have children. So, it doesn't matter the number of children you have. It doesn't matter I mean, obviously, wife. I mean, if you have more than one wife, yes, it matters because there's no polygamy. It will be you and your wife. When you fill the form, it will give the one option of adding your spouse. You cannot add 2 husbands or 2 wives or 3 wives. You cannot do that. The spouse is only one part. So that's something I want to clarify on that. So if, let's say, you have, for instance, my family, we are 13 children, and the husband, my mother and my father, total 15. Assume all 13 children are under the age of 21. Assume. It's not, but assume. When my father applies, we'll put all 13 children, if they're under the age of 21 and married. And my mother, if applies, will put all the 13 children. And they said he's married. If my mother wins or my father wins, will come with 13 children and will come with my mother. So will come with 15 children, 15 total visas. But when they are going to count those visas, they are not counting that these are 15 visas. They are counting that is one visa. One visa to the principal applicant. The visas are counted against the principal applicant. That's why if, let's say, the principal applicant, let's say, has primary education and fails to have qualifying work experience, but the wife has a PhD, they are not going to give the visa because the wife has a PhD. No, they will deny the visa, the entire family, because of the principal applicant has what? Has no education requirement or doesn't meet the work experience. If the principal applicant has a certain criminal record which is going to affect to be given the visa, that means the entire family will be denied the visa. If you are given the visa or you have won and the principal applicant dies, the entire family doesn't get the visa. Or if you get the visa but you don't travel on time and the principal applicant dies, you are not going to be given the visa. So in the end, I want to clarify to you that the visa is counted as one. So despite how many people are behind, if the person has 20 children, all 20 children will be coming along as one visa. Because you are on one case. You are on one case number. When you have won the DV lottery, you are given the case number. So your entire family will be within one case number. Not every child to have their own case number and your spouse to have different case number. No. It's one case number, process on one. When you send, the case number will be one, date of birth of the man, and all will be doing the interview. And if you are denied the principal, entire family is denied. If you are given, the entire family is given. So for that particular case, it is just one visa. So don't be upset. Don't get frustrated to the people who are married, to the people who have children when they apply for the DV lottery or they win the DV lottery, thinking that, oh, these people, they are going to take our visas, or the US government gives priority to these people who have children, or these people who are married. No, US government doesn't care. Doesn't give you priority because you have children or you are married. No. Everybody has equal chance of winning. It is a random selection process disregarding any of marital status, number of children, where you are, your age. It doesn't care about the time you applied. It doesn't care any of those. It is 100% pure lottery, randomly selection process by computer generation.